Hi everyone. So if you find your way on my videos, so that means that you're either considering taking the life insurance exam, or ready to take your license, or you're studying. So January 17, 2024, I took my license. I studied on XCEL, prepared to pass. And with that, it took me about a month to pass the course material. I studied every night. I would go to work, come home, take care of my daughter, and then I would study. And I set a goal to pass this within a month. And within that month, I said that I would do one or two modules a night. And sometimes I would do 3, depending on what time my daughter went to sleep. Sometimes I would do 1, sometimes I would do 2, sometimes I would do 4. But how I passed was I would look at the video, I would skim through the course, the key terms, and then I would take the test. I didn't spend a lot of time reading a lot of the key terms because I knew that I would have to take the test to pass. So I needed to study and practice on how to take the test and look at the questions. So the one thing that is good about XCEL is that if you take the test may be like 30 questions, 25 questions. Sometimes they're 10, sometimes, they're like 10. I don't know if I had a quiz that was like 5 questions. It could have been. However, sometimes even if you fail, it will give you different questions. So the more questions that you get, the more prepared you are to pass. That's what they call it, prepare to pass. So if I failed the test, I would just keep taking the test. I wouldn't go back to the test. I think I would try to go back to one. It doesn't allow you to go back. So once you get through the course material, you get 3 pre-licensing quiz. One is 200 questions, one is 150 questions, and then the last one is 100 questions. The first test, which is 200 questions, oh my God. It took me like 4 days to pass that exam. I just kept failing, and I kept failing like bad, 50%, 60%. And it probably is contribute to the fact that I did not read the key terms. So, but the questions on the pre-licensing exam are a little bit different than your course quizzes. So, and it's 200 questions. So it took me like 4 days to pass that. And then for the 100, then it drops it down to 150 questions. And I did the 150 questions. It didn't take me as long to pass that, but I didn't just zip through it. Once I got done with the 150 questions, I went down to the 100 questions because that's how many questions you're going to have to take for Maryland anyway to pass. It's 100 questions. So I did the 100 questions, and then I think it took me like 2 or 3 tries to pass the 100 questions. I passed it, and then I scheduled my exam. So when I went in for my exam, you go in and you have to sign in, and then they give you a key to put your belongings in. You can't take anything in, and then the woman, I think she takes your picture. Then you go to another desk, she takes your picture, and she winds you down, and then you go sit in a cubicle and take your test. So I took the quiz. The first time I passed with an 89%. And I didn't take the allotted time that they give you to take the test. I forget how long they give you. I don't know if it's like an hour or 2 hours or something like that. But I took the test and I passed. And one thing about me is that when I answer a test question, I don't go back, because you have a greater chance of trying to fix the wrong question that you have right, and you'll probably get it wrong. So just as well as you could get it right. So once I took it, I just went on with it. I never went back in the exam to kind of fix any question. There wasn't a question that I felt like answered a previous question, so there was really no need for me to go back. And plus, I wouldn't even have remember what number of question it was to go back to that question, because it's 100 questions. So just be prepared. That's like my number 1 tip, is to take as many practice quizzes as you can. I went to Quizlet. Put the questions in Quizlet, put the question in Google. And it's not really about the question. It's about actually, I can't tell you like how they structure the questions, but you have to pick up on that to kind of figure out, because the questions are structured kind of similar for your test. So it's not really about the question. I did not have a question from the pre-licensing exam that was on my exam. I didn't have none. So, but it does prepare you because it shows you how the test questions are written. So once you're able to figure that out, and that's something that you'll have to do. I really can't explain it because once I figured it out, that's when I was able to pass the quizzes like so fast. Like it took me 4 days, and then it took me 3 tries, and then 2 tries, and then I just kept passing it. After I passed that last quiz the first time, I kept taking it, and I just kept passing and passing and passing, and the questions were different each time I would take it. So some of the questions was different, like say 25 of the questions were different than the first time that I took it. So if you're thinking about getting your license, get it. You learn more. For me in Maryland, I learned more about life insurance than I did health insurance, although it is a life and health and sick combo. You just learn about the laws of life insurance and those things once you take the test and you look at the video. I looked at the beginning video and the key terms, and then there's like a conclusion video, and then you take the test. So I just looked at the videos, skimmed the key terms, took the quizzes, and that's how I passed. I'm with Transamerica. This is my 2nd week. I'm actually on my way to my first in-house appointment. My 2 other appointments were phone appointments. So we're going to see how this goes. I will let you know. I'm going to share about my experience because I started off with Lincoln Heritage. I didn't write with Lincoln Heritage, but I will explain my experience with them and then me coming on board with Transamerica. Thank you. Bye.